Many people shy away from the idea of enjoying a nice glass of wine with their dinner because they're not sure what to order.
There's so many different choices
Right.
out there. And that's where Jason Stubblefield from Cork Envy can help. Because today, we get a little Wine 101.
Awesome.
I need some help.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
thank
course
you for
do.
doing this.
No problem.
Yes.
So, you know, you come on or you see wine experts come on TV and they start talking about wines and flavors and things like that. And people are like, well, let's get a little more basic. That's what I want to do today without getting too basic. But
Okay.
you know, there's 10,000 wine grape varieties in the world. So how are you ever going to get to all of them? Most people won't. I mean, we have the international varieties that people have heard of. Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir. All of those. And those are just planted all over the world in wine areas. So it's a little difficult sometimes, but I want to start today with just kind of like red, white, sparkling, rosé, and talk a little bit about each of those.
Okay. All right, where do we start?
Yeah, I'm going to start with whites actually today. So white wines are just what they say. They're going to come in colors from a greenish yellow to a full golden color. These are generally made by pressing grapes right out of the vineyard when they're harvested and extracting the juice right out of them.
Okay.
So you don't have a lot of skin contact with the color, and you get these lighter, more citrusy, melon kind of flavors. Some of them maybe some herbal flavors here and there. And these pair well generally, the old maximum, white wines with white meat. That's a pretty good way to start. They also pair really well with, you know, softer cheeses and things like that. So kind of a general with that. And once again, lighter flavors. White wines are what most of us who drink wine started drinking. So real easy to get to there.
Right, okay.
So from the white, one of my favorites, to a rosé, which is another of my favorites.
And that's usually a pink color, right?
It is usually somewhere between almost a translucent pink to a darker pink, depending on how it's made. So these grapes are going to be made generally from red skin grapes, and we'll start the process. Now, they can be made in the same way as white grapes, where you just press the red grapes and take the juice right off of them. And that's called the vin-gris method of making, if you want to sound fancy at a dinner party talking to your friends. The other method is to make red wine, which we'll talk about in a minute, and start that process, but not let the juice have contact with the skins for as long. So you extract a little bit of that nice color and maybe get a little more deeper flavors out of there.
Interesting. Now, are these typically more sweet than...
That's a mistake sometimes, not generally.
All right.
Yes, most or some of the finer rosés are completely dry rosés. So all of the sugar will be fermented out of those in the yeast. So you get a dry, but you're going to get some of the tropical flavors you get in white wines, and then depending on if you extract a little more in the winemaking process, you're going to get some of those deeper flavors too.
Okay.
So these right here, depending on the rosé, you can pair with salads and chicken and things like that, but all the way to a bigger rosé, you could even pair with beef dishes sometimes.
Okay. All right, and let's get to the red. I like the reds.
Awesome.
I like the drier
Of
reds.
course.
And they pair well with what typically your
steaks, meats, game, yes, harder cheeses. So reds, basically, we pull those out of the vineyard. We put those in big fermentation vats or tanks, and we basically either introduce yeast or let natural yeast start the fermentation process. And it just, all the juice extracts as the weight of the grapes break down under the yeast. And you get these bigger, deeper berry flavors. A lot of herbaceous and earthy qualities in those as well. This, as you said, Natalie, pair beautifully with big meats and things like that.
And all of these are, you said, that were made in the USA?
All of the wines I brought today were made in the USA, kind of in honor of support the Olympics with the games starting on Saturday. And they're all available, and every one of them is under $18 as well.
Love that. CorkEnvy.com to learn more. Jason, thank you so much. We appreciate it.